Hey everyone, welcome. I just wanted to give you guys some news update. We got Terraform uploaded onto Tabletop Simulator, and this should be showing you how to pull it up on Tabletop Simulator if you wanted to play. If you wanted to do some test runs with me, this is how you get it onto your Tabletop Simulator, and then you just need to arrange with me when you want to play. Now, so we just go right here, you go to create, multiplayer. I'm just going to select friends only. It's a 4-player game. You can go all the way to like 10 if you just want people to like be watching, but go ahead and create a server. You would go into Workshop and you'd look up Terraform by woodstockgames.com. I already did that, so it's right here for me. So I'm just going to click on load a game right here. Now, I'm going to scale up these cards a little bit so they're a little closer to what I would want. Yeah, that's about right where I want it. Okay, yeah, so this is the board game. Friend Jake Rix brought this all together for me. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm just going to go through all of the pieces with you guys, what you're seeing right now. We'll start with the board here. Let's get in the aerial view, scroll in. So you can see there's diamonds, moons, triangles, circles, and basically the point of the game is if you're the moons, I'll just go ahead and put this right here, your goal would be to start right here and then go to 1, then go to 2, then you go to 3, 4, 5, and then back here. Now, there's a couple different phases to the game. Phase number 1 is Terraform phase, where you get some of these cards. So you'd be dealt 4 cards at the beginning. So let's just go ahead and deal me 4 cards so you guys can see that. Yeah, so right here, this is a really good example of the amount of cards. The one that I'm hovering over right here, that is an elemental transformation card. So if I wanted, I could play this into the discard pile and change my color, which is now yellow, to blue. So you just switch out those tokens right there. So now I'm blue. Now you can also lay I want different card. Getting a lot of reds. Let's just throw those out on the board just so kind of see what a done state would be. Alright, so because I'm blue, we can go over to this next part, which is the legend board. Alright, so let's go ahead and zoom in on that. Now, so if you want to orient the legend board to what you are. So I'm blue right now. So basically this is how it would affect you. If you were on a blue spot, you would, if you see right there, that's supposed to be a plus symbol, a stylized plus symbol. It means you'd get +1 to movement. Now, if as a blue character you move into a green spot, you see that minus, that means you'd get -1 to movement. If you, as a blue player, you move into a mountain area, that's just a neutral. It won't affect you plus or minus. And if you see that, that is the basically do not enter symbol. So you cannot go into any desert spaces as a water person. Now, if you were a forest, that would make blue neutral, red you cannot enter, and desert is a -1, and of course green is a plus. Now you can go and orient the board to you to determine how the colors affect your color. Now we'll move back over here. So during the Terraform phase, you start out with 1 action to play a card anywhere on any one of these spots. Once you play a card, you cannot move the card. You can only replace it with other cards later on in the game. So let's say I were to just play this here. and then my triangle buddy, he played that red there, and let's say diamond over there played that red. So now we go on to movement phase. So let's say I'm first. I start with 2 movement. So I go 1, 2, and because I, as a blue, landed on a blue, that means that I get +1 movement, and so I'm going to move 1 more. Same thing with him. He should be able to move right there. This guy's really bad, so that's as far as he could get. He didn't get the place closest to me. Now, like I said, as blue, I cannot enter into desert spots. So someone could place this in my path, and I would have to go around that in order to get anywhere. Luckily, mountains are neutral for blue, so I can move into that spot with no real punishment to myself. Now, there's just one more card in here that I'm just gonna I'm just gonna flip this over until you can see. I'm actually gonna kind of lay these out so you can kind of see what a finished board state were to look like if you were to play as well. So I'm looking for a boost card now. So we're just going to fill up this board until the boost card is finished. Now, I did design this whole board myself, as well as the cards, as well as the rules. My wife is helping me write the rule book right now, but we are looking for a boost card here. Oh man, I keep on grabbing the whole deck. Alright. There's only 5 boosts in the whole deck, or there should only be 5. Come on. What's going on? Right. You can kind of see there's a pretty, I feel like a pretty good aesthetic that this is going for. Really minimalistic, but very visually appealing, or at least I'm hoping it's visually appealing. I designed each of these cards with a gradient on them. Not too dramatic of a gradient, but it does give a little bit more depth to these cards instead of just being a flat color. For some reason I cannot. Deck's almost full. Hopefully one of these boost cards show up here shortly. If you were a smarter person, you would be able to just look in the deck and be able to pull this out. But since I didn't really design this from scratch, I'm still just kind of learning how to do it myself. We aren't making progress there. But yeah, hopefully that looks pretty pleasant. One of my favorite things to do with these cards is to like rotate it as you move over. I think it looks kind of cool. But yeah, you can actually find this game right on Tabletop Simulator for free. Take a look at it. You can play it as well. I need to edit this a little bit to have the rules in a note box, so anyone who comes in here could see and have access to the rules as they are. Come on. Oh yeah, there it is. There is the boost symbol here. Let's take a look at this real quick. Yeah, so you can see that. And this you put in the discard pile, then you get access to one of these tokens, which is a boost token. And you can put it in a spot there. Essentially what that does is it makes any effects that would affect you double. So if we look right over here at this board, if I was a red and I wanted to enter a blue, that's essentially a -1. So let's, getting out of control here. So I'm red and I want to enter into a blue, so that would be a -1. So let's say someone has boosted that spot. So that means that when you move into that spot, you get -2 movement, so pretty big. And if your movement were to end there, each of these spots affect you once per movement round. So if you go in there, you get -2. It would also hit you as you before you leave as well. So that's kind of how that works. This is the general view of the game. Kind of see the color looks we're going into. I'd love to know any comments or thoughts on any of this. So here is all the pieces to Terraform and how to play it on Tabletop Simulator. Thank you so much, guys, and more than anything, I love you. We'll see you next time.